Spanish teacher. She mentioned you and Melissa.
Oh, yeah.
Betty Mitski. Can I have a
Not too
pen?
much. Of course you can.
Gobbles.
Oh, Betty Mitski.
Oh, yes.
You have that too? Oh, Peter.
What year was that, Peter?
I was in the 90s.
Good.
You might have been earlier.
Mike, maybe.
Is everybody on board?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's all good, you can start.
Betty would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for delivery and now I've got to get to work on the next
I
one.
think she's just 80.
I have let something else slide, but they're poetry books and not.
Okay, everybody.
Onerous, unlike her fiction.
It is 6 o'clock. Have a quorum.
And I'll
Thank
get
you,
myself
everybody, for
online.
coming. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Woodstock Planning Board, which is a hybrid meeting for December 1st, 2022. And do we have any updates to the agenda?
Just the email response from Bill that you guys all received to Peter's concerns. That's it.
Okay, the minutes from November 17th. If everybody is good with them, I propose we adopt them as is.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, on the communications and announcements, we have a letter. Elmore Lane, and said the access and turnaround was adequate, and he suggested that there be a fire hydrant put there. Then we have the email from me regarding planning for the future. And what that is about is that the planning board, besides handling all the cases that we get to see they comply with the code, we also have to look at how those codes over the years work, considering changes in everything else going on. The town of Woodstock very wisely made some new codes, one of which is scenic overlay and the wetlands and water course code, of course. And we've been applying them for some years, and I'm beginning to think that we need to make some changes in the future. I'm not referring, as I talked to Bill, not referring to any cases in the past or present, but in the future. So it's just something, I'm just, as I told Judy, we're a planning board and we ought to be doing some planning. He's
Yeah.
on
And
case
I
by
said,
case.
planning?
What?
So, okay, so under new business, under scheduled business, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sketch plan reviews. 605. So the first one is the Woodstock School of Art, special use permit 22-02958. Sketch plan review of a site plan review application for site plan modifications to construct an addition to building number 5 located in the R3 zoning district at 2470 Route 212 in Woodstock. And Michael, I believe, is the architect, and if he's here, could please tell the board what it is you're planning to do.
How you doing? Michael Lockwood, the architect. We are basically doing an addition to Studio 5 to basically double the space that's used for as the studio now. There'll be no plumbing work, no real change. It'll look the same as the existing part of the studio, just look like an extrusion of it, an extension. There'll be, again, like I said, no plumbing and just an extension of the raw studio space with a concrete slab and painted sheetrock walls and ceilings and some new lighting and some windows. And that's about it. There'll be the existing light that's by the entry door now will remain. It'll just be moved out to the new addition to be the same light that's there now. And there'll be no additional exterior lighting added to the building. And that's about it.
Tell me which plan you would like me to bring up and I will do that.
Well, we have the floor plans, if you want to look at the floor plan, and then there's also the exterior elevations. I don't know the numbers on, oh, you have them there, A11.
You want A11?
A11 and A2.1. Guess it depends what you want to see, because I do have a site plan there as well, if that's more helpful.
Wait a minute, I got a new share.
Yes.
That's the first thing. That's the first.
Yes. So the hatched, yeah, there's only one store. It's only the one floor. So the hatched area is the existing studio. And we're just mimicking the square portion of the studio to the left with the new dimensioned area. That's the extension. It's just another square. Yep, right there.
Okay.
Applicant,
You want me to show the next?
Yeah, A2.1 would be the exterior elevation. Shows how it looks.
For the record, Nina Doyle, I'm the director of the school. Also,
Hi, Nina.
hi.
There you go. That's the elevation of it. There's a, to the left of that, there's the narrower building, the building that we're not touching, that's attached to it, which you saw on the plan. But this is the two boxes basically side by side showing an elevation, where we're just mimicking
The old one and the new one?
excuse me?
Yes.
With the old one and the new one next to each other?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, it's just an extrusion.
Do you want an additional plan up?
What's that?
Do you want an additional?
Well, if you, it's up to you. If you'd like to see the site plan, you can take a look at the site plan. It's just- The other drawings are really not relevant, just more for construction.
Oh, this is,
That's it there, yes.
let me come in.
I have any questions.
It's this,
That portion there, yes.
Any questions?
No.
and there's the driveway.
Yeah,
Peter?
that's all. Existing driveway, existing parking. No changes there.
Thank you, Michael.
all right,
Welcome.
the board doesn't have any questions. It's pretty straightforward, John. I think we can wait further to do it. It is an art
Yeah,
Agreed.
facility,
agreed.
so,
At the next planning board meeting, we'll approve a resolution and you guys can get started on your project in the next few weeks. The building
Next.
permit.
Okay, so you're saying what? You're approving, are you approving it now?
They're waiving further review, Michael. So they just have to
Waiving.
approve a resolution, which will take till the next meeting. So give us a few weeks to wrap up paperwork and then we'll deal with the conditions and everything and then you'll be back. But you don't have to attend another planning board meeting.
Okay, it's just all right, so do you have an idea when that is? We're trying to schedule construction and we were hoping to beat the dead of cold and get concrete in the ground before the freeze. So that's our challenge. We were really hoping to start, at least dig the ground and get the concrete in.
I would say probably within a month, as long as you get me final plans and meet the conditions in the resolution.
Final plans in regards to what? Like, those are my final plans that you have.
Right, but you need final, just plans signed and, signed off on, Nina's signature on everything, with the resolution, you have the conditions. So the resolution has to be drawn up and approved by the planning. board. So it's all paperwork. You don't have to come back to a meeting.
You don't
Okay.
They
have
have
to
to
do the
approve
hearing.
a resolution, which will be the next meeting. We do not have a meeting the end of December. And I'm not so sure about the 16th right now. So we're talking January probably for approval of that. And then we have to just work out the final conditions. And then you'll be back with the building department once you finish with me.
Okay, so it looks like maybe building permit third week of January? Something like that.
Don't do after. All right,
Can we do it in
He asked the question.
Is there possible to get a timeline just so we know for planning purposes?
Yeah, timeline, like, do you think we'd have it wrapped up by the third week of January or this, like, when is?
I think you'll be done with us by January. Yes,
By
we
January.
can talk more about that on the phone,
Okay,
okay?
that sounds great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Can we just do this back and forth internally and get it approved?
well, I was just thinking if there was any way they can start digging the footings.
Putting
Technically, you're not
ground
supposed to do anything until it's signed.
Really, honestly, we can have this done next meeting. And I wanted Sam to be here for next meeting. I haven't gotten any response from John Williams and we want him here. So I haven't scheduled anything and I don't really have anything right now. So that's why I said I'm up in the air for the
So the
16th
discussion
meeting.
we're having internally here right now is why do we have to wait till the next meeting? Can't we just get it done?
Because you need the resolution to approve.
So can't we do that via email?
I don't know. What's the legality on that?
I mean,
John?
for God's sakes, it's December.
If you give us the resolution next meeting and we agree to
I
it,
know.
then
They'll be done with us if we just,
But they want to.
that's why I said January.
But they want to
be back
break
on the
ground
building
before
permit.
They want to get the footings in.
we want to get the footings in before it
Verbal
freezes.
resolution tonight.
John would know more than I've
I
never,
think we can.
So
This is
if-
pretty straightforward.
if I do a resolution on Monday and I get 4 yeas back and then we just do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Fine.
All right, Michael, I will talk to you and Nina next week. We're gonna try to figure it out and expedite this as much as we can, okay?
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just considering that your circumstances and timing. So thank the planning board.
All right.
Thank you, Planning Board.
Planning board.
yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can get your foundation in before it gets too frozen.
All right, perfect, perfect.
And if
Thank
anybody says the planning board takes 7 years, you explain.
Did it for you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
so our next, I'm glad, John, you
Thank
go with
you.
that, because, and I'm glad all of it. There's no need for them to get frozen. They're
Really?
And I
done.
can handle
Yeah,
that
they're
quickly. Just check
They'll
your
lose a
emails
couple
and send me a
months if
little
they have
toot
to
toot
wait
so I
for
can,
it off.
yeah.
All right, so our next two sketch plan reviews are actually for STRs. We'll go usual, but they've already gone through the whole commit and caboodle with the building department. They've had their site visit, they've had their inspection, they've had everything. They're really here because it's a special use permit for us to vote on. Read them off and
Suggesting that we wait for the review on these because they're so extensive with what they do with the building department and how it's so regulated within there.
I mean, they're both owner occupied, obviously. We wouldn't do it if it wasn't.
Just,
So anyway,
My only question, I don't think I've got this. Damn, I thought I had everything.
yeah,
Well, I had the
there's one on the
laser.
Wittenberg Road, which is,
That one I don't have any questions about. at all.
yeah, that was, and then the
Yeah,
other
where's
one
White's
is
Lane?
on
Oh,
White's Lane there.
and where is White's Lane?
I was wondering.
It's in R 1.5. I thought I had made all the maps, but let me look at their proposal.
Well,
White
for the
Plain
record, I'll-
is
I'll read them off
behind Kachina.
for the record here. The first one is Matt McDonald and Holly Skull, special
Goes
use
between
permit
Twatten
22-0671, which is a sketch plan review of a special use permit application for a short-term rental of a 4-bedroom owner occupied dwelling in the R5 zoning district located at 1102 Wittenberg Road, Mount Tremper. The other one is Benjamin Lazar, which is a sketch plan review with special use permit application for a short-term rental of a 3-bedroom owner occupied dwelling in the R 1.5 zoning district located at 6 White's Lane in Woodstock. Unless anybody has issues.
I
with-
want to see where exactly it is.
The White
because I'm
Lane one?
concerned
So,
about congestion.
Yeah, I looked
Talk
at
to
it.
Holly and Matt first.
There's no big
Hi,
issue
Holly.
of congestion
Hi,
back
Matt.
there.
And if anybody has any questions for Holly and Matt, I know we don't, I don't. Anybody, this is Holly and Matt, and they are our first one that's located on Wittenberg Road.
Okay,
Okay.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
Do not.
Seems straightforward to me.
it's owner.
Big
occupied.
property.
Thank you.
Okay,
Or do you want to wait for the review, as Peter was kind of saying, and we could,
Yes.
Fine.
Yes, let's do that.
okay. Holly and Matt, you do not have to attend another board meeting. The planning board's decided to wait for the review. There is paperwork and there is plans, so it will be just time for paperwork, as you saw that I was explaining to Michael, but your resolution won't be approved until the next meeting that we have. So just give us a little bit of time. I will be in touch. I will talk to you. But you don't have to attend another planning board meeting, and technically you're approved, but there's just paperwork.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
All right, good night.
Now, Benjamin.
Hello,
Hi, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Yourself?
Good. Judy, did you want to ask him?
Well, my only concern is congestion of these kinds of properties, and if it's not right in the middle of town near the green, I guess I'm less concerned about it. I thought I had.
Ben, where's your house? Can you tell us where your house is?
Yes, it's the address is 6 Whites Lane, but it's basically off of Bachman Lane. Off to the left, there's like almost like a kind of goes down a hill, and then it's off on the left-hand side on Whites
Oh, I
Lane.
know.
Yeah.
It's right across from the new Repco.
Yeah, I'm up
I
the
know.
hill from there.
Up the
Yeah.
hill,
Yeah.
yeah. I looked at it on the parcel viewer
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see that. The second.
It's a pretty quiet area up there.
It is very quiet.
So this is Repco here?
Across kind of down the hill.
Breakfast further down.
Yeah. This is all Repco stuff. Well, okay, I mean, I don't suppose that we have a whole lot of grounds until the town does something about density.
And this is
location.
owner occupied also.
Okay. I'm fine.
I mean, specifically what it is, these are the few that didn't make it in the original
And they're flipping. Yeah.
draft. So.
Right.
All right, we're good?
Wait for the review.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, everybody agree, wait for the review?
I'm okay.
Benjamin, I'll be in touch. It's just paperwork at this point. Within the next month, you'll be done with us.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you next week.
Okay, sounds good. Have a great night, guys.
You too.
All right, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, Judy, this one here you can put up when you get a chance. This is the Allison and Kevin Dodd. It's a wetlands and watercourse permit, number 22-049. And this is a sketch plan review of a wetlands and watercourse permit application for regulated activities within a wetland and watercourse in the R3 zoning district located at 14 Wardall Lane. I'll give you, I don't know if you're all familiar with Wardall Lane, you pass it every day, it's right up to 212 there. I'll give you a little background. There's a water course that runs all the way that side of 212. It crosses Wardell Lane, it goes into the big pond by the
Signpost.
yep, and crosses the creek, it crosses the road, and goes on. That pond was built in the middle of the wetlands in the creek years and years ago, because the material was used to do the SDA and everything. So just to give you guys a background of wetlands and watercourse code. If the area has been disturbed for more than 5 years, we consider it a disturbed area. In other words, it's already disturbed. I don't know if you can see it.
Sound?
I'm not sure, we can't hear you.
Their sound is off, isn't it?
Let me just see.
Just walk away. I like to get something. But the lights are on, so.
Peter, you're bringing technology again?
What's that?
Keep breaking technology again?
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
we're back in business.
So this is the plan that they gave us. And
So,
the other image that I showed was the aerial photograph with the wetland buffer indicated.
yeah, so this is the man-made pond, which is built in an existing wetland where the creek went through, so it's existing. And you take 100-foot buffer, of course, goes right into 212 and everything. This is where they want to put parking. It's already a disturbed wetland area. There's no protecting the wetland there anymore.
The arrow is pointing to where they want to put parking.
Yeah.
I think it's shrubs.
No, that's
Talking about
not
shrubs.
Yeah, I don't think it's parking. I think
Where's
it's
the
just
parking
shrubs.
going? That's.
Allison, right?
up there, yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
hi,
Allison, why don't you tell us what your plan is? How about that?
sure. Hi, I'm Allison Dodd and this is my
Hi, Kevin
husband,
Dodd, how
Kevin.
are you? So, guys, there,
Little
what-
background.
just to give you a quick background, there are a lot of dead trees that have been in that corner of the property bordering 212. And we have been concerned about those trees for some time. There's been more dead trees occurring, predominantly ash. And our concern was that the trees were going to be a hazard to 212. So we removed those trees, and we had considered putting up a fence, but then felt that that was something that would not be as aesthetically pleasing and also not as environmentally friendly as planting trees. So we bought trees, and we bought plenty more trees than the dead trees in terms of numbers. The only other issue was that the 212 sits above the level of the trees or the base of the trees. And so from an aesthetic standpoint for privacy and noise, we had brought in some shale and dirt to bring the trees up some in height to give us some privacy as well as to be aesthetically pleasing and more environmentally friendly. Butch had stopped the project and asked us to come to you. We have already purchased the trees and just waiting on a decision on your end.
So the trees are gonna go where, down here?
Yes,
And where's the new parking going?
there's
No,
no parking.
There's no parking.
Putting in trees.
Yes.
Only trees.
Up for that.
Yeah, so I don't see any problem with it.
You're dangerous.
I know.
Question, please. So
Oh, no.
Yes.
They're coming out.
to put the damn things in December.
No, they were trying to get him to stay alive.
This is the end of the okay time to put
It's
them
got
in.
power.
Can you hear us?
Now, yes, now we can hear you. I'm sorry, did you have a
Yeah,
question?
you cut out.
Oh,
You're breaking
Melissa.
up.
Did they make it? Or they died?
Oh, I'm sorry. So they're still sitting there. We're hoping that because we've had a little warm weather, that they'll continue to live until hopefully you give us your okay to put them in the dirt.
Yeah,
Wait for the review planning board. We'll do this one too.
as far as I can see, it's improving the
I'll write them
situation.
up WWP. You can approve it with the other
So
one.
check our email.
Yes.
Okay.
Allison, we'll talk. Planning board has decided to wait for the review. Put your trees in. I'll tell Butch tomorrow morning. Put your trees in.
Great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, guys.
We gotta handle all that, but get your trees in the ground. Okay?
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Much appreciated. Happy holidays.
Yep.
You too. Thank you.
That's one of the wetlands codes is that
I think,
if a wetland hasn't been delineated in 5 years, it has to be done again. The delineation's only good for 5 years. This way the state and the federals look at it. And they also say that if it's been disturbed for 5 years, it's no longer being under the protection.
Oh, really? I think they're mitigating anyway if they're putting trees. in.
Yeah, sure.
and I think, like, Butch is trying to do a thorough job and he's alone. And you see this, like, I
Glad to
think
see it.
yeah, so
This is, get it off his plate.
But
we're
you'll
gonna
see,
get it off ours.
Yes.
you'll see cases where someone's doing something in a parking lot or something, and it's, if you look at the map, it's a wetland or a buffer, but it's already.
And they have no idea. Poor Allison came in and she told me like she was concerned about the trees and.
Well, you know, Peter, that pond that I put in when I first moved in, it's a wide spot in an intermittent stream, which I think theirs is, but theirs is a lot bigger. At the time, he said, oh, it's not on the map, it doesn't matter. It's on the map now.
Well, that case is interesting because the other side of Wardell Lane the people in the back up there came to us to do a subdivision and access on the side of Ward Hill Lane, but it was wetlands on that side.
Yeah.
So, anyway. So,
We're back to Twin Gables,
Twin Gables.
second sketch plan.
Okay,
And I will
this is the
find it.
VREHI Twin Gables LLC Special Use Permit number 22-0310A.
And I have your new,
Sketch plan review of a site plan review application to modify existing building with construction of an occupiable roof deck with landscaping and fencing in the Hamlet Commercial. And the rep is, I believe.
Hi, Dale.
Hi, good evening.
All right, so, and now this is your second sketch plan. The first one you showed us the drawings and the deck on the roof and the stairs and some outside landscaping. I know John had a question regarding keeping snow and ice off the stairs, but you're back before us just to give us an update of the site plan, correct?
Yeah, I sent some follow-up documentation based on the previous meeting for I sent a cut sheet for like an anti-slip nosing for the exterior stairs to respond to the concern about the exterior stairs. There was a request for the light fixture above the new roof deck door. I provided a cut sheet for that. It's a dimming fixture. I can pull these up if you're having trouble finding them. Let me know. It's a dimming fixture with 0% uplight on it. So those are like the two main parameters of dark sky like lighting. And I passed along our structural engineer's drawings, which were requested. It shows the framing for the roof deck. It's new framing for that roof.
okay, so there's your lighting.
Yeah.
What do you want next? The nose, non-step slip stair?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, I think I have to, yes. That it?
Yep.
That's it, yeah. So they'd be the full width of the stair, about 36 inches there. I wouldn't say it might be 38, but they're the base of the full width of the stair on every tread and every landing at the exterior stair. These are outdoor rated nosings. And the third attachment I sent was the structural drawings.
Building elevations, which one are you talking about?
No, it's called
There's a lot of things here.
yeah, most of those are from previous. Oh, the one that says TDEG at the end. Yeah, the next one up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the structural engineering office.
You can't see that yet. I have to go in there and do a new share. There we go. No, that's not what you mean, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So the S first, I think it's go to the next sheet. I think S10, one more sheet, 102. So here, yeah, on 102. So like the bottom half of that page, that has the structural framing on it. You're on 103 right now. On 102 has the framing for the roof deck itself.
I can't see the numbers you're talking about.
Yeah, you're good right here. Right here is good. Yeah.
Good. I can bring it in if you want.
If people are interested, you could zoom in kind of like the bottom half of that plan is the area of concern. That's where the roof deck is.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. So it is new framing for the new program. We're not relying on the existing roof, which wasn't made to be a roof deck.
Oh, I
And
see.
yeah, so here you
This
see.
is the framing for the deck. And the
That's right.
Got it.
Exactly. Yeah.
This went through ZBA because they need.
And then and I provided in sort of like written form in the body of the email cover letter, just reiterating that there's no change to the amount of rooms at the hotel, and therefore there's no change to the parking either that's being proposed. Let me just see if there's any other pertinent information here. Just one sec. And yeah, I think those are the 4 points that I was sort of asked to respond to. So I'm not sure if that satisfied. I think there was an expectation, or I guess this was going to go into public review once you guys had felt comfortable with it, public hearing.
Dale, in your review and with Butch, were there any concerns regarding third floor fire code access?
He sent me something about fire, I think. Did you send me something about fire? That was another.
No, there are, two means of egress. There's one through the building and then one the exterior. I haven't received any comments from Butch regarding
Yeah, there are methods of egress and ingress.
Well, this would be one going into the building and the other would be the stairwell.
that's right. The building stair hall is also sprinklered as well. But yeah, those are the two means of egress, which are
And that-
required if you're at a roof deck above, like more than the first floor roof is required on a.
And this is the interior stairs with the sprinkler system.
That's correct, yeah.
I know you had mentioned public hearing, but they went through that with ZBA, so it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I did put a request at the application to forego the public hearing because we did it for the ZBA, but yeah,
To be
at your
honest, I
discretion.
think we should.
It's all up to you. I'm just saying,
We've
like,
got neighbors, we've got activity up.
but they just had the same public hearing for the same thing. The same neighbors are gonna get it with the ZBA. Because they had to go to the ZBA because there was a 5-foot setback issue. Because it's right there. So they had a public hearing for this project,
Okay.
which the neighbors were notified.
Okay.
So within the last 2 months, they went through all this. So, I mean, gladly, we can do it again, and I understood that it's in the hamlet and there's a great reason, but they just had this public hearing with the neighbors, so it's your call, but
Question,
yeah.
so do we know the feedback with that?
Asked, and the
Okay.
ZBA approved it,
So that's the feedback. Okay.
yep,
Good enough
it
for
wouldn't
me.
have come to us if the ZBA didn't approve it.
It's good enough for me too.
Peter?
Yeah, as long as it's getting a review, because it's right there in the middle of town and somebody might want to say about it. So as long as it's getting in front of the public review. As to John's question, don't all those hotel motels have to have annual fire inspections anyway?
Oh,
Which
yes.
does all
Oh,
that,
I
yes.
think so, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
and I think that goes along with the operating permit in the building
Yes.
department.
Correct.
Even the STRs, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, every year,
So as I say, as long as you're getting a public review, I'm fine.
and they
with it.
did, they had all that, and they got here, it wouldn't have got here if they didn't. So motion to waive planning board. Dale, I'll be in touch. We gotta just do a resolution and stuff, but the planning board just decided to waive further review. So we're not gonna hold a public hearing because you did go through that with the ZBA.
Okay, thank you very much.
Your plans now are great. Thanks for giving us that information, and you and I will talk once draft resolution has been approved by the planning board.
I look forward to it. Thanks again. Have a nice night. Good weekend.
Okay,
Chair.
all right, so unfinished business.
I can do this. I can run for right a list. Site visit.
Site visits, so I am negligent, I did not get to Rod's yet, but I will this weekend.
Negligent. Nah, you just didn't have time.
And did you guys get to the top of the mountain?
We did. Judy and James are gonna talk to you. Brian, did you, any chance get a hold of Owen? Not yet?
I went up to Maze Mountain
Yeah.
and there are 3 properties up there.
You're not sure which one?
And then there was also a gated property that I couldn't get into. So
So we can talk and figure it out. Maybe I can call him
and so I don't know,
okay.
I mean, I saw a backhoe up there. I went over.
Yeah, this is an addition. It's not the house, it's an addition. We just want to make sure it's not going to be visible. But you and I can talk further and I'll figure out more. Maybe I'll take a ride up and then
Yeah,
give
so-
you better directions.
So here's my feedback. I mean, it's already visible if you're on that ledge
Okay.
anyway. So the question is, what else can they do? There's not much spacing. So with Andre Road, I went there in one of the driest times. And there's freaking water all over the place. So I can't imagine improving that.
It's wet.
It's what?
There's only certain places he can really have the house,
Yeah.
which he's had it delineated,
Yeah.
so he's within right.
I echo Peter's.
Well, it's a low spot down there, you know, it doesn't flood, but
So Brian,
Just
for,
because somebody wants to build there, doesn't mean that they should.
well, luckily, we can kind of advise where to put a house.
well, he doesn't have, between, he
It's not much room.
doesn't have much room between the lot line and the buffer.
Yeah, that's been my concern all along. I know exactly what it is.
Brian, for Mountain One, do you think I can bring them back for a second sketch with you guys? Or you want to definitely do a site visit? What do you want me to do?
If nobody has any objection, might as well.
Just bring them back?
So it's up to the group.
It's an addition. It's not construction of a house. It's an addition.
I have no objection.
Okay. Judy and James are up because on our wonderful field trip twice.
Well, you know, I need to read the code about the percentage of slope.
We did. When we got back, they're fine.
They're fine.
They're actually way within reason, surprisingly.
I don't consider that road to be way within reason at all.
No.
I find it absolutely totally against the entire scenic overlay code,
I agree.
absolutely. It's exactly what the code does not want. And you tell me that you're not gonna cut the trees down in front of your $1 million view, not buying that.
Judy, what's your take?
That's just,
That architecture in that spot. I mean, I suppose you could build a house that wouldn't be egregiously not something that fits the landscape,
no,
but that's not a house that fits the landscape.
no, you know, the way the code was written, it's imagining somebody's got 10, 15 acres on the mountain and put the house on the cliff, and we say, no, you can't. Well, then they can put it somewhere in the back, but this case, there's no back. That's
It's
it.
all slope all the way down.
So how do you argue with them though, when there's actually a house across the street?
Like right
And then there's another house farther
further
up?
up.
Yeah,
Were those houses put in before the scenic overlay law?
I don't know.
Well, I think that
They
matters.
look newish.
They did look new.
And when did the law come in?
Yeah, but the subdivision was done by, what's his name, years, 70s, 60s, I think.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the house was built.
Right,
It was seen.
West Senior, right.
I mean, look, this is coming up, it happens that I just got a contiguous neighbor notice for the first time about a fence that's high, and the neighborhood has other fences that are that high that are grandfathered. And my position on grandfathered is, if it's grandfathered, that doesn't cut any ice for new projects. If those houses went in before the scenic overlay law, then they're there.
They didn't.
They came in after?
I believe they both came in after.
And are they as visible if their trees blow down as this one?
I think this one is actually less visible than the one that's across the street. The one that's across the street is like higher up and is like.
Yeah, when
facing-
we were up
right
there,
facing the road,
honestly, it's
wide open.
not visible. It's not gonna be visible. It's too steep to be visible, guys.
Yeah, and that many trees are not gonna blow down,
Yes.
to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we all
The whole
laughed
forest
and
would have
joked
to
about
go.
that, actually.
I mean, you can get the fire. I don't think they want to drive up.
Right, exactly.
The firefighter
I can't
in the
imagine.
middle of winter,
We could ask for that report. We get them all the time.
but
In the
Well, we
second,
should, we should.
We should get.
we'll get them back for a second site visit. You guys have discussed it, and maybe that's what we asked for.
We
In
had a
touch with Kevin
fire
Peters.
in the 70s when I was on the fire department up near one of those houses. And at that time, our chief, Bob Reifenberg, said, I'm not endangering any more people.
Mhm.
He said, we're not laying any more hose. He said, they want to build in an Eagles area, let them, it's going to burn to the ground, which is precisely what it did.
oh jeez.
Yeah. And the fire company sat there and watched it because we could not get equipment there. Couldn't do it.
Well, we went, we couldn't get up the first time. They were doing, and then we went back.
And we were,
And we still
we
couldn't
were
get
in a
up.
leaf. We needed to be in a four-wheel drive truck to get up at all.
Man, I think the fire department might actually put the kibosh on it because of the driveway. Because the driveway is this very narrow thing going down. There's gonna be a very small little area that they can slightly back into to
Turn
jimmy
around,
themselves to
please,
turn
yeah.
around slightly.
How many feet of driveway did you go with, James?
It's,
I didn't go down it. I mean.
I did, it's
can't-
like-
Was it a few thousand feet?
100,
No,
200, 500?
2,000?
What? The
No.
driveway?
Oh, no.
That's half a mile.
No,
oh, it wasn't half a mile, no, it was
No.
more like 10 miles.
But it went longer than what I thought it was gonna go.
It did, went, because the road is like.
He might
And the
have
driveway
said that
goes
very good, but it
off
was-
like that. So you're coming up from out here, and that's the road, and then it's like that.
The architect
And then
didn't
down here's where
wasn't
the house goes.
kidding when he said you can tell, like, when we got. you can
Yeah, he
tell
basically said
exactly
like,
where they
you'll know
want
exactly where the
that.
house is gonna be,
And the driveway.
because that's where.
There was no other question.
what's the name?
We've had this situation before, because it comes down to, are we creating a taking? Because if we say to somebody, we're not gonna give you permission, to build, either cross a wetland or whatever, that's considered a taking. In other words, we're telling people they can't use their property. Well, it's happened before, where a subdivision on top of that mountain had a lot that on paper showed a road to it, a driveway to it. When we went up with the site visit, it was a sheer, straight up 50-foot cliff. You're not gonna blow the mountain apart, you're not gonna get a road in there. And people actually cut down some big trees for the view. Oh, it was a mess. Said no, but it didn't come to a taking because they were able to sell that property to an adjoiner who just used the land as a buffer. I mean, you could. They got out of the taking situation by doing that.
I think it's Levitsky Collins, isn't it?
What's the name of the case?
Yes,
Okay, well, I've got it on my thing here.
yes, correct.
I will show you where I think the driveway is. Where I think the driveway is. And that's the property.
Look, every time I have a conversation about this, I want my time back with the rest of my life.
This is the
Wasting it,
driveway.
so we just, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So let's get the fire department in and have them put the kibosh on.
Bingo, I agree with Brian.
Yeah, that's sort of what the driveway is, Judy, you're right. That's,
If I could.
Get the fire department to sign off. on
you can
it.
actually
I will
slightly see
email, we
the,
won't even
clearing
look at
in
that.
the-
I'll email that this is a concern. We want communication from the fire department, and then we'll get them back after that.
This is what I brought up in that letter about the code and the scenic overlay. The scenic overlay code to the cases before us. But read the law says should be discouraged in building on steep slopes or prominent. It doesn't say prohibited,
We're
it says
supposed to mitigate.
discouraged. So I mean, how do you? I mean, a lawyer's gonna say, well, you know, why are you discouraging me?
You get the fire.
It's a,
yeah, no, I know. I mean, to me, the hard part was standing there, staring at that house across the street, going,
Yes,
It's understandable. It's understandable.
yeah.
If there's one right across the street. But do they
There's
have
one,
the same
there's
access?
one next to it, but
across
it's
the
lower
street?
down.
they had kind of one of those drivers that goes like this,
Mhm.
you know, go down to Rock Ledge of the driveway. go like that.
Just because there's one doesn't mean there should be two. I mean, you look at the one on
House on Rockville.
O'Hare.
Well, the one that's nearest to it, the driveway is probably pretty level, but that's because of how it's located.
I
Exactly.
know
It's a
the
different color.
Just,
I used to smell the rubber of my tires.
Yeah.
That's why I
that
didn't-
was the lot line
that's why I
revision.
switched
that
it.
made it to- Yeah, that was easy peasy.
We wait some.
we wait for the. All right, folks, we need to make a motion to pass a resolution for WKSB LLC, special use permit 22-65594A for Lipson and Yip, and that was the one we're doing a little lot line revision, and we wait further review. So,
Yeah,
That one was, yeah, that's the next one, and then this one was just, the WKS is the modification to the SUP from 3 to 5 bedroom, sorry, but the Lipson was the
Oh,
next
all the way
one.
out on the.
Yeah, so the 2 draft resolutions, who seconds?
Second.
all in favor?
We don't have anybody online.
Well, we're gonna,
We have Nick and Tom?
No, but I mean, we don't have any other members online.
No,
We're gonna break a record for the shortest meeting ever.
No, you guys are really, I accept flowers and coffee.
Keep up the good work, Melissa.
Really.
Good stewardship.
All right, motion to adjourn meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Perfect.
So,
Okay.
you only need the rest of the year, is that what you're?
No, no,